Team WODcast is back. We took a week off, but a lot of things coming up. We are finishing up the Maymester. Monday will be our last, or Monday and Tuesday will be our last days of the Maymester as we wrap up and get into a new month in June, which brings a new program. So this is our summer program. We are calling the Big 10 because it's going to be 10 weeks, and we're going to kind of split it into two parts. June and July will both have some things that will be different. But let's run through this week. So Monday, we're going to finish up our strength cycle, specifically the deadlifts. This will be week 5. We've continued to drop reps and hopefully increase weight. This last week is going to be 4 to 6 sets of 3, depending on part 2, which is going to be our modified Murph. Modified meaning we're going to cut down the volume quite a bit. Still follows a similar format to where there'll be a run or a bike, and then there's a series of bodyweight movements with push-up, pull-up, air squat, and then we finish back up with that same run or bike. Class on Monday, we only have the one at 9 a.m. It's just like our Saturday format where we have 16 spots open. So if you're not doing anything on Memorial Day, we'd love to have you here. Get a good workout in. If not, we'll see you back here Tuesday for our normal week. Not a whole lot of specifics on Tuesday. We're going to go through some core and cardio. It'll be a little bit more themed towards recovery if you were here on Monday, but also a little bit less volume. That way we can roll right into Big 10 fresh somewhat. So Wednesday is going to stick with our weightlifting day, and for format and for simplicity, it's always going to contain 3 parts now for the next 10 weeks. Mobility is going to be in 1 of 3 categories. We're going to do front rack to help with pressing, to help with catching cleans. We'll do a squat on varying weeks to help with front squat, back squat, just getting depth in our squat. And then our third would be our overhead. So if we have any limitation in locking out a press, that would be our third mobility section. So week 1, we're going to start with our front rack mobility. Our weightlifting portion, we're going to go into 2 different movements. Hang, clean, pull. Hang is going to be our positional work, so we're above the knee. And then hang power clean is the actual full clean itself, so we're taking it still from a hang position. Power meaning we're catching above a squat. But get quite a bit of volume here. Start getting comfortable with this movement under heavier weights as we get to the end of this program where we test it in our liftoff. And then our strength portion, this will cycle movements as well, but this week we will see back squats. Thursday, so June and July will be split again, like I said, but June is going to focus on skill development with double unders. So we're going to go through just hopefully some progressions each week, kind of like we did with the pull-ups last month, kind of like we did with the machines last month. It's just going to be some dedicated time to get better at that movement specifically. But the bulk of the workout, we are going to be cycling every Thursday for the next 10 weeks. We'll mix in other things, but you can bet or count on cycling being involved, cycling being biking. This week we're going to go through some intervals, and then I do like the theme of sticking with some correctives as a, I guess, intent or some intent behind the cooldown. Friday, our last day. So Mondays and Fridays as we get into the program are going to be, FBB stands for functional bodybuilding. We've been doing a little bit of hypertrophy and bodybuilding in May, but functional just comes from the tools that we use and some of the movements that we'll see specifically, and some of the words I'll throw out there. So like multiplanar just means multiple directions, and planes of motion we'll see with their lunges, but there'll be a press, a pull in that. Now for the program for Big 10. So for June, kind of how this will run is we're going to go 4 weeks of, we can just think of progressions or building. We'll take a deload week, so just a little bit of more recovery focused in it when it comes to weights and intensity, stuff like that. That will be our July 4th week, our holiday week. And then the week after that, we go through that same block or same idea, 4 weeks of building, and then a deload week, because that Saturday, that first week of August, will be our test week if you are participating in the liftoff. And test week specifically referring to our clean or a clean and jerk. So, yeah, if you guys got questions, this is all going to go out in the WODcast, obviously, but or in the email. But we'll kind of talk about it a little bit more and more over these first couple weeks to give you some idea of our direction for the summer. Let's get to it.